Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Stefan Choi. This is Trading with Livevol, and this is where I trade my personal Reg T account, and I show you guys how to trade using LVX, or how I trade using the LVX. So basically, the market's been flat all day. So I'm gonna, it hasn't moved. The VIX is down slightly. It's a little unusual for the market not to move after we've had this 4 days of selling off. Usually I would have at least, even if the market stayed where it was now, to have like a larger range. For the market just to have like a day where it doesn't move right here it's a little unusual. Yesterday I talked to you guys about maybe buying some calls at the end of the day. I didn't do it just because it didn't end up at the upper range, so I decided not to do it, as well as the VIX not really giving me a clear guidance to where it was going to go. So it could easily go up or go down. So because I couldn't get confirmation on those two charts, and I was looking at the order flow and the news around, basically it made me not do any trading whatsoever. So today I didn't do any trading either, except I bought some more UUP calls. As you guys know, I'm bullish on the dollar. So I bought 10 for like $1.82 today. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so this is me right there. At 12.10.50, I bought 10 for 182. I put it on the bid, and I was thinking if I get hit, I get hit. And as you guys know, I'm gonna try to buy around 50 of those. I started buying it because I was looking at the chart, and looks like it's kind of at the, if you draw a regression line, it's kind of at the bottom part of it. So I figure I'll buy a little now, and if it drops down to like the 24.75 area, I can buy some more. So I have that, and then YHOO. Had some good news, I guess. They are going to buy $2 billion worth of their own shares back. I have 7 of them. It gave it a little pop, but it's kind of at the upper range. So I'll see how it goes. I think there's a decent chance that it'll probably stay at this range for a little bit, but who knows, maybe it might break out. But essentially, I want to get long about 10 of those total, so I got 3 more to buy. I'm buying $2 billion. I think YHOO's around $40 billion. I'm not sure. I should type that in. Yeah, so YHOO is 41.5 billion. So by buying $2 billion, they're gonna get about, buy about 2% total. I guess they're already on some share buyback program currently, so this will be additional. If you look at the map, you can see that there's a big green area right here on healthcare. It was one of the sectors that I thought might be pretty bullish. It was airline and healthcare. So whether you use XLV or if you use the biotech index, BIIB, or XAL. XAL has no options, but you can, type in each individual airline. So the airlines look pretty bullish. The healthcare sector looks pretty bullish, like BMY, stuff like that. And then biotech look pretty bullish, but not enough for me to like buy calls, because normally this would be very bullish sign. I like kind of putting trades on where it kind of bounces off support, and it looks like it's gonna, go back up. But I don't, on this one, I didn't feel as comfortable just because I didn't know where this was gonna go. So I would only kind of feel comfortable buying those if I felt like at a minimum, SPX would be kind of stabilizing. If I really felt like there was a chance this could drop a lot, then, all this stuff could have a pretty good reversal. So you can actually sell off tomorrow or on Monday and then start the sell off again. But you see this volume, it's pretty high. So we'll see what happens. If I just look at it individually, this actually looks like it's pretty bullish. So I usually have like CNBC or Bloomberg in the background, and it's not that I don't think they're trying to provide news, but it's a television service, so they're trying to get ratings, which is the most important thing. So not all the information they give you is pretty useful. One of the things that they did say kind of triggered back some other stuff that I was talking to you guys about, which was these dividend plays. So if you look at AT&T, which recently got booted out of the Dow, it's pretty much the stock price, if you held it since like 1999, has not really changed, but you've gotten steady increase on the dividend. And I think maybe for those of you guys who are maybe interested in getting a higher yield than just putting it in the bank, and you don't have to you don't have to cash out immediately. If you can find stocks that pay a good dividend, I think it's a great strategy, as well as maybe writing some calls against it. One particular thing that I got from CNBC, there was some analysts out there, was somebody who was commenting on the tobacco stocks, and they've recently taken a pretty big beating. And I think I talked about these stocks before, but company like Ultra Group and Philip Morris, you can see that dividend yield is quite high. So I look at this, I look at the charts, like the monthly. Philip Morris had a pretty good run. Ultra Group. This is Philip Morris. And basically, I look at that. I look at the fundamentals. As a company, they seem, I know this isn't really high, but they seem a little bit high for me, or at least not cheap. And then another thing I kind of look at is in YHOO Finance. I'll type in MO historical prices, and then you'll have this dividend only, right? And then you'll see the stream of dividend that Ultra Group paid, and you can see that the dividend increased year after year. This was when they spun off the company, but essentially the dividend is pretty much stayed intact for over 15 years. And then this is how I checked AT&T as well. You can see AT&T started with 23 cents in 1998 and currently has 47 cents, and you can see the steady increase, right? So if you are worried about dividend, I would not really go for the highest paying dividend. I think it's just better to go with companies that are more stable and safer. Of course, no company, you don't know the future in their business, but you're kind of using the historical track record to see how they would perform going forward, as well as the fact that you know AT&T, you know Philip Morris and Ultra Group, because intuitively you know what they do. I'm a lot less likely, and I probably wouldn't invest in something I don't know. Like, it would be one thing if I knew a lot about, you know, like pipelines or anything like that. Then I can maybe invest in some companies that actually had, you know, high-paying dividends. But to me, like, a lot of those energy sector dividends are pretty risky right now. And anytime you pay more than like 8 or 9%, I think there is some risk that something is wrong with the company, because essentially the stock price is indicating that the dividend is too high, right? So you can kind of use all those, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Now I know for a lot of you guys, maybe, you know, investing in a tobacco company is a no-no. So I'm not trying to make any moral kind of decision here. I think it's more just strictly in terms of paying out. You know, they sell a drug essentially that people, you know, pretty much have to have, kind of like alcohol or, you know, even some of these other companies, and it's a steady form of income that these guys are getting, and you can kind of count on it. So, you know, if you guys are interested in dividends, I think you can do that. I currently on this account, let's just see what I have $100,000, so it's not really in the cards. I'm just trying to do short-term plays here, trying to double my account while taking some money out. So, you know, I've been pretty much taking money out on a regular basis, and you know, I'm just gonna keep doing that. But my returns can't be like 10% a year, even though 10% in your overall portfolio is pretty good. You know, if you can be consistent, like if somebody said, hey, you'll make 10% for the next like 20 years compounded, anybody would take that. But the whole issue here is, since I'm doing short-term trading, turning 100,000 into 110 is not really my goal. And I'm trying to get to like 200, so I can get to 400, so I can get to 800, and I can get to over $1 million. And once I get to enough amount, I can use a little more premium harvesting strategies to get the kind of returns I want, versus you know, just trying to, like right now on my Reg T account, if I try to sell, I can't sell enough options to really make that work. So that's where I stand. I think for me, I just have to be patient. I think when I look back and analyze what happened the last couple of months, last year, like end of the year and the beginning of the year was pretty simple, just because I kind of thought I knew where it was going. So you can see, like in October and December, where I made a lot of these gains, essentially I knew that the Christmas rally was going to come, and at some point I just had to enter it correctly before people piled in. And right now I'm just kind of trying to make something out of not an ideal situation, and it really hasn't worked out for me. So I think I'm just going to be a little more patient, find the right time. Right now it's not, just because there's really nothing going on in the marketplace. And to me, it's a coin flip right now where it's going, right? So we can come on Monday, and I can see us easily selling off on Monday again. or I can see like a big bounce. Now, if I look at the VIX is down, so don't look at this tail right here, because I think that's a bad print. So if you take out this tail, essentially the VIX looks like it's headed down. So if I had to pick a direction, I would say I'm bullish, just because the VIX looks like it's headed down. I know yesterday the market tried to sell off on those bad news and basically got bought up. So this new position right here for people to be bearish, it's a little risky, just because you just have a memory of yesterday, people buying it up. So essentially, you know, are you gonna play for the 2040 level, or do you really think that we're gonna go down from there? And I think if you are making a bearish bet, it's risky. It's easier to bet bullish right now, I think, just because of the VIX, and you also know that 2040 is your stop because people are buying it up. This last night when I looked at the futures, it was up like 10 points, but by the time I got in today, it was negative. I actually thought because it started negative, we might go down, but as you can see, we just held totally steady, which pretty much means that the biasness is split. So people who are bullish and bearish are pretty much 50-50. But as you guys know, we're not going to stay here, right? So something's going to happen, and I think we're going to move. But which way, I don't know. So hopefully your trading is going well. I am going to try to be more patient. I probably won't do any trading today, but if we had like a huge sell-off and then a bounce back, that would be great. Or if we opened up a lot on Monday and basically got sold off to the end of the day, that makes it pretty much very bearish and will make me more comfortable betting on the downside, right? Because I know it's sold off, right? So that gives me comfort that there will be sellers up there, and that I can use that as a backstop to go down. So right now, people who are bullish are probably using this backstop, which meant that maybe we had a little bias to the upside. But the fact that we're actually staying right here, I don't think it's necessarily that bullish, but we'll see. Like I said, it's 50-50, and no matter what I say, if I really believed in it, I would be putting some money down on a put or a call. So for now, it's just a guess. So I hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Take care.